I was looking for cards. I mean, I know where they are, but I just was trying to pick the ones that would be right. Suddenly it's 7 o'clock. How are you? Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I am Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I think I might be overwhelmed with the news, too. Okay, so I know there's a lot of chaos. I want to remind you of this. Don't let them try to make you believe you are powerless. Never, 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 never. I also was holding up my well-behaved women never made history for my thumbnail screenshot. Well-behaved women rarely make history. I want us all to send really amazing, loving vibes to E. Jean Carroll. She looks a little frail. She looks really like, just reading the energy of the picture of her, that right after I posted that picture of her, it became like a GIF. Because I sent Kathy Beale a happy birthday wish and sent her a GIF, and this was already there as one of the pictures you could, send somebody for various reasons that you might want to send that. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. I feel like, and we've said this before, the loser is addicted to not keeping his mouth shut. The loser can't help it. I mean, it went from 5 million to 83 million. And mark my words, he will still not stop. You're having blizzards and wind chill of -20 today? And yesterday it was 68 degrees. We have a lot of things going on in this country. Yes, we most certainly do. The loser moved on to another target. Is it Nikki? They're women. Have you noticed? The age of misogyny is kind of coming to a close. The age of the patriarchy is kind of winding down. We started the week with the primaries in New Hampshire. That was crazy fireworks. We ended the week with this. I told you something huge was coming. And that's not the end of it. But I knew something huge was coming with that full moon. You were here. You heard me. We were all talking about that. We were all in agreement. Let's start the reading tonight with a fairy, a forest fae. People are talking about the crazy weather up there. I was just remarking to a housemate today. We were just talking about how we had that huge storm, but it wasn't a storm. I put video up with the waves crashing over the sidewalk. And I was driving through some other areas here today, and it's just like, whoa, it's like the ocean came to shore, came to the land. Not like the beach, like came to the sidewalks and came to the streets and pebbles and stones and sand and rocks are all over the roads. Somebody's writing winter thaw. Winter used to be November to March, really, to like the end of March. Sometimes April. Taylor Swift needs to sue the Musk off of the Elton. I like the way you put that. Sue the Musk off the Elton. You get a bell. Good one. He's posting AI pictures of her. Yeah, you know, let's just take a moment. Let's do a group hug now because we got to dive in and that way we won't get interrupted. But first, let's acknowledge these times that we're in are going to test our resilience. They're going to test our ability to stay calm. What the Queen always say? Keep calm and carry on. Excuse me, I got something in my throat earlier. Ready? Group hug. We're sending our energy out to one another. Encouragement, upliftment. And we know the group energy can heal this country and is. All right, thank you. That's the way winters used to be in Ohio, right? You know, you're saying about the weather. It's kind of dire, it's kind of scary, the weather. All the science is there, it's all happening. And we'll talk about that too. Stay calm and carry on. Keep calm and carry on. I've been watching old documentaries of Queen Elizabeth with my mom, and so interesting to watch. You can go to watch documentaries on YouTube about Buckingham Palace and the big dinners that they have, and Windsor Castle, and it's so cool. It's so cool. Check it out, you know, to just kind of take a break from everything. You know, go watch some of those old documentaries. We're pulling a fairy, a forest fae. Fays are fairies. To get us started. Keep yourself rooted in the earth. Spring is coming, dream deep. Some mandrake spirit. These are the cute little cards, Forest Fae, by Nadia Turner. I got them at a bookstore. Keep yourself rooted in the earth. Spring is coming, dream deep. We were mentioning yesterday at our Grassroots of Democracy meeting the practice of hugging trees. So to stay grounded, stay resilient, stay centered, stay calm, hug a tree. And I was thinking about the practice of hugging trees and how much I love trees and I love to hug trees. And then I thought about trees, you know, they reach up into the ethers, you know, they're like antenna that bring down the cosmic energy. And there's something to that. You know, aren't these great cards? I like them. Rockpool Publishing Company. All right. So that full moon in Leo does not disappoint in terms of if you're looking for excitement. Kathy Beal and I did a pop-up video yesterday, and I want to just say I'm so sorry that there was so many tech issues, but I almost took it down, but there's so much good information in there. If you forward it to about 6-7 minutes, it's worth watching. Because we talked about this full moon in Leo and the effect on the loser's chart. Why did the tree break up with the forest? It needed some space and wanted to branch out. Wait. On its own for a little tree hug time. I like it. Warren sent me a bunch of kind of dad jokes yesterday. We just did a group hug. I need to get into the reading. Maybe later. Warren, you're so pushy. I can tell you from New York. 3 cards about... Well, first of all, he's not going to pay. Second of all, he's going to keep going. So I started early. All right, group hug again. Jeez, he's so pushy. Group hug. Are you satisfied? The marshal will take the money from him. Well, there's the property. What the heck? I'm just gonna choose 3 cards. Zircon survived the winter of 1979. Wasn't that the winter of 1978? Do you have the year right? 3 cards on how the loser is doing at the moment. How did you miss the hug? I'm not doing another one. Nice try. You all can do your own group hug right now. Do it, because I gotta read the cards. You know, we got a lot to get to. How the loser is feeling right now. Oh, well, these cards are fascinating. Isolated. How the loser is feeling, throwing ketchup on the wall. Isolated. Kind of in a quandary. Kind of like, not really sure what to do with this. Like, this is really kind of, it's kind of caught him off guard. I don't think that he thought it would be that much. And the hangman, he has to surrender. He's already lost. So in other words, he's looking at like, well, okay, it's already, what's done is done. You can't go back and redo the past. He can't. There are metaphysical ways to do that, but he definitely can't. You know, and Warren's saying he's surprised the amount is so little. It's $83 million, for goodness sake. But I keep seeing 200 million. I've seen 200 million around the E. Jean Carroll situation since last May. I've been seeing that figure. The Fonnie Willis thing, I think, is going to be up to 400 million. And I think he's going to go back and start slandering her again. He's taking a little tiny break from it. Heinz and Hunt's ketchup companies are hiring more people to make ketchup for 45. Are you just saying that jokingly, or is it like a thing? I mean, oh, we could make up some funny jokes about that. Like how to label the ketchup. Heinz, ketchup of the angry losers. I know, John, I didn't really think that was true. But you just got me thinking we could, like, Heinz could use it. Ketchup of the losers. And the magas might go for that. 3 cards about E. Jean Carroll and how she's doing. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. When I tune into him, I need a Valentine's tree. That's an interesting idea. When I tune into him, if I didn't know that the loser doesn't drink alcohol, I would think that he was inebriated right now. Like, remember on January 6th, I know we don't like to remember, when Lindsey Graham came back in and he was all done. He was done. He even said it. I'm done. I was wondering what Melania was thinking too. When I tune into the loser, I feel like he's kind of under the influence. Hang on, I was going to read on E. Jean Carroll, but let's see what that is that I'm picking up on. Because I'm picking up, honestly, if he was a drinker, I would think, oh, he's inebriated right now. So, because I'm just seeing totally in a fog, in a diluted state. I think he gets that full of rage. He does drugs. I don't, Electra Storm, I'm a psychic. I don't pick up that he drinks. I don't pick up, maybe he has like a glass of champagne to do a toast or something. But I don't pick up that he drinks. I do pick up that he's inebriated. All right, am I picking up on drinking? No. I'm picking up on it, some kind of a drug. Some kind of a downer is what I'm getting. Let's see if the cards... I know. And the doctor at the White House, when he was there, was passing out drugs like candy. That is so dangerous. He just has brain rot. Heavily medicated. That's what I'm getting. Lisa's saying heavily medicated. That's what I'm feeling. No sugar. Well, that's a stimulant. Right? John B? Like Ativan. Like sedatives. Oh yeah, he's really, yeah. Okay, so he's consulted with his whoever doles out the prescription drugs. He's consulted with because he's in so much distress and his mind is kind of blown. Yeah, so several alcoholics who swear they don't drink. Well, Mimi Rose. Sometimes I have to remind people that I'm not going for my opinion. I'm going for my impression. And then I tell you my opinion. That's how this works. Isn't cocaine an upper and a downer? Not a downer. Yes. So whatever's going on, his mind is blown. He's really, really distraught. So it looks like he's consulted. What I'm seeing here is it looks like and feels like he's consulted with his DR to give him something to put him in a fog. So currently he's in a fog. After he comes out of the fog, he's going to start writing things on Lies Social. I'm going to call it Lies Social. Like Valium or Ativan or something like that. Heavy dose. Maybe, possibly an injected thing. Possibly. I'm saying that because it feels like a heavy dose. He wears diapers for a reason, all the drugs. He's one big orange fog already. Well, it's heavy, heavy, heavy fog right now. I'm going to pull 3 cards about how E. Jean Carroll is holding up. Xanax. Could be heavy doses. And my goodness, I mean, to have the loser going around, oh, this is Biden. No, Biden has like, this. You might as well be Biden. Joe Biden might as well be on a separate freaking planet. Honestly, when he starts going on like that, I know what he's getting at, but jeez, morphine? Oh, Lisa, do you think it's morphine? Bell ring for the 83 million? All right, we'll ring the Liberty Bell on that one. Make lying wrong again. I am so with you. Or how about make America intelligent again? You can see the full moon outside your window right now. Nice. It's too overcast here for that. It just keeps raining here. How much of a toll is this taking on EJ? EJ, well, we're reading on her right now. She looked frail. She definitely looked frail. She's very thin, and she looked like this had really taken a lot out of her, and how could it not? But you just have to salute the woman for her courage. What has keys but can't open locks? I don't know, I'm in my psychic brain. Somebody else answer. Make America gullible again? No, we don't want that. A piano. Oh, thank you. I should know that. I was just going for the read. Okay, E. Jean Carroll. Celebrating. This card makes me feel so... Yeah, I should have gotten the piano, right? Makes me feel so happy. E. Jean Carroll. Strength. Oh my gosh, I'm going to send that woman a love letter that she is standing up for women. She has she has the courage. My other sign said discover your courage. I keep changing them out. Tonight it's democracy strong. What do you think? And my moose is, I'm not gonna, yeah, I think she's gonna sue him again, actually. I'm not gonna go public with this yet, but it's Midas Moose for Democracy. I'm not going public with it yet. If you look up MIDE, it's Gaelic for something like a spiritual group. So Midas Moose for Democracy. I have to get him some eyes that show up. I'm working on the moose. He's kind of old. he's kind of ragged. Yeah, so anyway, so Miss E. Jean Carroll is celebrating. It's going to be a long time before she gets that money, but 83 million. I don't think it's over. Let's ask if she's going to actually be getting more money. Well, first we'll ask, is he going to go out and just defame her again? Is the loser going to defame her again? Is he just going to go out and defame her again? It looks like it. He's such a fascist dictator. The King of Swords. Yeah, she has, that Judge Kaplan, really hated what the loser and Alina Habba were doing. So, E. Jean Carroll, he had empathy. It's a judge with empathy. We all have empathy for her. All but the misogynist, horrible people have empathy for her. So E. Jean Carroll's feeling really good, being in the good graces of the judge who really felt her pain. I know it was up to the jury. It wasn't up to the judge. Clearly, obviously, that's how it works. Can someone tell Tucker to get the hell out of Canada? We'll get to that. Yeah, Melania left him already. Were you not here the other night, Gloria? So, E. Jean Carroll, I have the strength card and the celebration card and the strong male energy card. By the way, I think it was 5 men and 2 women. I might have the numbers wrong, but it was more men. You can always watch my videos on replay. It was more men than women on that jury. I'm getting lost, Gloria. I'm confused now. Don't confuse me more. Has Melania left him already? That doesn't take a psychic, right? Okay. I'm going to offer, this is a different topic, but you know me, I keep changing topics. We're not going to dive into this just yet, because I really have to warm up to the Texas thing before I read on it. I did read on it yesterday. I'm going to do a guided meditation that I post to send peace to the border. So look for that. I'll either do it tonight or tomorrow, but look for a video. Make sure your notification bell is on so you know when things get posted. I am going to do that. Okay, so I have a little note here just to remind me. The Putin Republicans, the party, the S&M party, the stupid and mean party, the other night, after Tuesday night, when the loser got up in front of all those people and started railing on Nikki Haley, full on, like she called it, full on temper tantrum. When he won, the loser won, but he knew that was not a good win. It wasn't a strong win. And I was telling you that I feel the energy, I feel the loser's energy that night on Tuesday night, just being like, just put me in the White House. Remember I was talking about that? Just put me in the White House. Just put me in the White House. Put me in the White House. Just get out of my way and just put me in the White House now. That's where his head is at. So now they're making the fascist Republicans are trying to just, jump over the whole primary season and just, you know, he's a nominee without going through the debates, without going through the different, you know, elections in the different states. So it is what was going on. That's what I was saying. I was picking up on. He's so angry. He just is a dictator. He's so, like, really, give me the White House. Just give me the White House. Just because he's so afraid of going to jail, for one thing. So we're going to look at the fascist Republicans. Please pay attention to what's going on. This is why we have Grassroots of Democracy. Like last night, we spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the border. The week before, our Grassroots of Democracy meeting on Thursday nights, and you get the notes afterwards if you're at least on our email list. Last week, we talked about what the Supreme Court was up to. Last night, we talked about what was going on at the border. And what's going on now that the fascists are hoping that we're not paying attention to is they're trying to push the loser up to skip all the primaries and to just push him in and to say he's the nominee without debating, without doing any of this stuff. What are you guys wowing about? If you're new here, it's a little bit crazy. So, how's that going to go? Ronna McDaniel's up. They're getting scared. They're trying to change the way it works. They're trying to rig the election as they try to keep the voters from voting. Now that the S&M party, the stupid and mean party, now that they have gotten wind of this big whoosh, the people hate you all. You know, now that it's getting to be like that, yeah, I'm making the point. They canceled the plans to name him the nominee. How long do you think the plan will be canceled there, Warren? You want me to check? How long do you think that plan will be canceled? They went too public with it in my eyes. Let's ask how long they will be off that idea. 1 hour? It's like, okay, while we're on the topic of how long will it take, how long do you think it will take before the loser starts tweeting again, bashing E. Jean Carroll? Did the S&M stupid and mean party, did they ditch the plan to push the loser and to be the nominee? Did they ditch? They did not ditch. They didn't ditch the plan. I don't know where you got that. They're always scheming. We have to stay 100 steps ahead of them. They are always scheming. There's this big wave of democracy. Joe Biden, the miracle maker Joe Biden, I'm just going there. The miraculous Biden administration has just gotten the endorsement of the entire United Auto Workers Union, and he earned it. Oh, no, the loser has no intention of debating anybody. If you've heard him lately, it's just, I mean, he was saying the statement the other day. Midas Touch put up a short about it, and it was, he meandered from one topic to another, and you didn't even know what the topic was, and then he ended up saying something about a death sentence, or it really was crazy. So they're trying to push him in as a nominee sooner without going through the process of getting the right number of delegates and all that. So they're terrified. They are terrified. Moscow Mitch has poked his turtle face out and he's running his mouth again. They're you know, the S&M party is doing their best to kind of circle Mitch McConnell and make sure that they do their bidding. Make sure he does their bidding. I'm pulling 3 cards about that. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the compliments. We're all in this together. We're doing the readings together. I wouldn't be me without you. PNN wouldn't exist without you. This is the fascists. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. They are panicking because they know the American people cannot stand them. And Jack is coming for all of them. I agree with you, Gloria. Yeah, it's interesting. They're panicking. They are panicking. Well, you know what? You get back what you dish out. That's just the way it goes. The Putin Republicans, they're kind of looking at what they've done in the past like, oh man. And the guys just said that's why they're causing the ruckus at the border. Yep. The Putin Republicans are, they're a lot of their plans are being foiled and are not working. So they have a list and they're going to the next thing on the list. Mark Elias, if you go to Democracy Docket, Mark Elias had a lot of wins this week. E. Jean Carroll had a win. There are things that are going well. I encourage you all to look at the good side of things. The good side of things. Who among us? Who among us? Democracy strong, right? I mean, when I was telling people, of course, you got to vote for Joe Biden. You got to vote for Joe Biden. Honestly, I was really just thinking we needed a placeholder. We needed someone in there to stop the bleeding, and this is kind of literal, right? Just vote for Biden, vote for Biden, vote for Biden. People are like, well, I don't know. Vote for Biden. We need someone in there to stop this just deluge of damage that was just fast moving. Everything was falling to pieces prior to January 6th and the 2020 election. I was like, you don't understand. We just need someone in there, get in there to get him out. And I didn't expect Joe Biden to do what did you? He knocked it out of the freaking park, and Jon Stewart's coming back to TV because he knows that we need him. I'm excited about that. I'd like to reach out to Jon Stewart. I'd like to be on The Daily Show. That's what I'd like. You never know. Biden is trolling 45 on Twitter. Oh, okay. No. Did he really? Biden said, be best? Remember when that was Melania's thing? Because the first ladies always have like a theme, a thing that they work on. So anyway, so here we are. And believe me, I mean, all the economists were saying we're heading for a recession. We're going to have a big recession in 2023. We're heading for a recession. Everyone get ready. Buckle down. Inflation is coming. A recession is coming. We're not going to get past this COVID problem, the supply chain, all this stuff, right? We have the strongest economy in the world right now. We have the best recovery from the pandemic in the world. Job numbers are way up, infrastructure, the bridges are being built, roads are being fixed, people are getting jobs, best stock market ever. Whoever thought that would happen? I mean, we wished for it, but we didn't really think it would happen. He's given the power of the purse back to the middle class. That whole trickle-down BS didn't work. Not even a little bit. And that's what Joe did. And Joe Biden, he's a president for the people. And I get so angry at this whole border situation when they can't come up with anything to beat the Democrats. And so they're going for the drama. Let's just read on the Biden administration. Email them at dailyshow@cnn.com. What should I say? You need someone to read the tea leaves? And hearing people in New Hampshire who had said, who were Republicans, who had voted for the loser, it said that the never Trumpers, that they were out in droves. You're going to email them asking John to book me? I'd love to meet Jon Stewart. I think that would be great. I think we are on the same page with everything. It's like activism. If you see something wrong and you need somebody to do something about it, ask me or ask Jon Stewart, you know? President Biden is for the whole country. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the Biden administration. And then, you know, to look at what's happened with E. Jean Carroll winning $85 million, and I think it's going to be more. I think it's going to happen again. And if she has the strength, I think the loser is going to slander her all over the place again. And Alina Habba, oh my gosh, I better never bump into her. Honestly. I better never bump into Alina Habba. Honestly. I better never bump into Alina Habba. I would be so angry. I think I would just rage at her. I mean, yes, she will be disbarred. Yeah, I think it was last week that I said I saw Alina Habba in jail. I see her behind bars. Malefactors of great wealth have arrogantly ignored the public welfare. Let them eat cake, right? Oh, that was Roosevelt. Good quote. How Joe Biden is doing. Despite all the pain that's being inflicted on the Biden administration, the star is the United States being strong. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I always forget. Please subscribe too. It doesn't cost you a thing. The Hobbit loser lawyer. I like that. So about Biden, the star is the United States. They're inflicting the S&M party, the stupid and mean party, is inflicting a lot of pain on the Biden administration. But I do see some kind of a truce at the border. And yesterday I read on that, and I saw the federal government taking down some of the razor wire. That's going to be a kind of like a slow-moving, it's a bad example, but remember when Russia, it's a bad example because then Russia ended up invading Ukraine, but they were kind of waiting for a long time, just kind of waiting, and it was very tense. Unfortunately, it was they went ahead and invaded, but we'll read on the border in a second. But anyway, the Biden administration, because so much of the American public is approving. Of course we're approving. Of course we're approving. You know, we got to get women's rights back. This is crazy. In spite, I think about Lincoln. I think about, remember I held this up? I think about Lincoln. Lincoln, I've been thinking. That's a stupid old rhyme. But it's kind of like that where we are right now. So the Biden administration is, they're plugging through, they're plugging along. We got to send them lots of light every day. And the country is getting so strong that, yeah, Abbott's putting up more razor wire up than, yeah, we'll read on it in a minute. So they're doing everything right. The Biden administration is doing everything right. What we need is for the media to cooperate. And I'll read on that, and then also we'll read a little bit on Texas. This administration, what were they saying on Midas Touch last night? You don't want to think about it this way, but it's kind of getting like, it's a really, really good thing. We keep hearing about these numbers, the economy. It doesn't mean everybody's doing amazing, but when the majority is doing amazingly well, when the economy is doing well, you know, that lifts up people. You know, if you have a small business like me, if people are doing well, they'll buy your services, right? Wink, wink. Yeah. All right, I am going to read, I'm actually going to read on Alina Habba. That judge was so mad at her. That, you know, I mentioned earlier tonight, I mentioned that I was watching documentaries about the Queen, old documentaries about Queen Elizabeth, and the respect and the honor and decorum, and you know, that makes people, that makes everybody feel good, right? It makes everybody feel good. When somebody dresses up, if you invite somebody to lunch and they take the time to do their, if it's a woman, do their hair and their makeup and they wear a nice outfit, you know, when people do that, it lifts you up. This is why I was going crazy when people were going around in their pajamas during the day. It's like, what are you doing? But then you see somebody like Alina Habba. No respect. No respect. Thank you for the endorsement. No respect. No regard. And just speaking of that, remember when we've all seen this video of the loser when he was at it might have been a UN convention. I don't remember who it was, but he went through the crowd of leaders. He just kind of came up behind them and pushed the guy out of the way. And then when he went to see the Queen, you got to watch documentaries about the Queen. Because there's a certain, like, they go over the whole procedure with the guests, and the guests are nervous. And so when the loser went and visited the Queen, he walked in front of her. That is like, so you just don't do that. And Alina Habba, man, you just don't, he walked in front of the Queen. That's just like, the whole world was horrified. And Abbott's really pushing the envelope. That's how they are. That's how they're wired. That's their identity. Princess Anne ignored the loser. I'm sure the Queen was mortified, but the Queen was very smart, and I bet she already knew enough about him. The Queen had to step to the side. Darren's beginning to think Habba is on drugs too. I pick up stimulants. And they showed up late. Alina Habba's fate. The Queen wore a gift from the Obamas when she met the loser. Yeah, so she knew ahead of time. I don't think she was surprised that he had no respect and no decorum. Yeah, he felt like the loser thought he was more important than the Queen, who reigned for 70 years and died died when she was 96. I didn't know about that she wore a piece of jewelry that the Obamas gave her. Alina Habba is the loser's lawyer, yes. Aren't you glad to be up? Because I fill in the blanks as much as I can. We all do. She was so close to being thrown in jail. Okay, so where is she? Oh, she's got women are going to be trolling her. Women are going to be trolling her. And then I have a Six of Pentacles here, which indicates to me that there's some kind of hold that Alina Habba has on the loser. Wow. What might that be? Some kind of a hold that Alina Habba has on the loser. Oh my gosh, what is it? Now I need to dig deeper. I have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. I think that Melania is really, not that she cares about the loser, because she doesn't. And yes, they are going to divorce court. I'm getting revenge of Melania. Oh, we have a newbie here. Thanks for coming. This is PNN, the Psychic News Network, the news from a psychic's perspective. We meet Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I feel like she has some hold on the loser. I'm trying to figure out what it is. And I see Melania here, and I see the Queen of Swords here. Oh, this is, also, in addition to that, Judge, no, not the judge. Isn't E. Jean Carroll's lawyer's last name Kaplan too? I think it is. Just thought of that. It's the same name, right? Kaplan and E. Jean Carroll, they're going to get a lot of support from women. The Six of Pentacles, Alina Habba is looking at, she has charges. Oh, thank you, Linda Thompson. Yeah, right? Showing a way to show respect for other people is to show up polite and respectful and dressed. That's why I mentioned the pajamas. I don't think I'm alone in that. That drives other people crazy too. I'm glad that trend, or people with their pants like half hanging off and you could see their butt crack. I don't understand that. Why would you want to do that? Anyway, I'm sorry. My inner prude is coming out. Biden just put out a great statement on the border. Oh, do tell. What did he say? They're trying to make a problem. They're trying to make a problem at the border. We'll read on it. What's the matter, Warren? Is it too much for you? You need a dad joke? Thomas says it's too long to type what Biden said. Dad joke coming. Get ready. Here's the dad joke bell. Okay, so I'm going to remind you that I am going. Did Alina sleep with the loser? I didn't want to go there. Don't make me go there. You're the queen in your PJs only. I'm going to do a meditation video tonight or tomorrow to send peace and light to the border, to disassemble this violence that they're saying they're going to have. Alina Habba's married, but who knows? I actually am picking up that she has the loser. She's got something that, I keep getting the Eight of Swords with him. Before we read on the border, we're just going to read on that. It could be anything, really. It could be anything. But I did get the Six of Pentacles, and I'm getting, so there's something about January 6th in there too, something connected to that. When I look at what's going on in this country, all roads lead to Putin. And I just see these connecting threads. And so, like, for instance, there was a while there I kept on saying, Ron the Fascist is connected to Putin. And Ron the Fascist and Abbott are in cahoots. And Ron knew about January 6th. There's all these threads that connect. And Alina Habba, for me to get the Six of Pentacles and think about January 6th, Alina Habba somehow got into the cult. So what I'm asking about right now is what she has on the loser. They have an agreement that she won't tell. For entertainment purposes only. And I'm not specifying. Alina has an agreement that she won't tell on him. And I'm connecting it to January 6th. Oh, well, so maybe she knows something. Maybe he told her something about January 6th. Why did the cult leader become a gardener? Because he wanted to cultivate followers. I like that we have comic relief. It helps us. 25 Republican governors are back in Texas. I know. I have a map. I have a map of that. This is why I'm going to do a meditation that we can all do. Those are the states that are supporting Abbott. They're MAGA states. New Hampshire? Man, I gotta go talk to those people. All right. I'm putting it off and I'm putting it off and I'm putting it off. You like these tarot cards? This is the Aquarian Tarot. Came out in the 1970s. It's a very popular, because of the Sun going into Aquarius and Pluto going into Aquarius, I thought it would be appropriate. How about before I read on Texas, we do a commercial? I'm so reluctant to read on Texas. Hang on. You can still sign up. Do you have the winter doldrums? Does anyone have the winter doldrums? If you have the winter doldrums, I have the solution. If you need energy and enthusiasm and gusto and gumption, I'm offering a special get your vibe and energy rejuvenated. Get out of the winter doldrums. These readings, it's an energy reading. I tap into you. I tap into your guides, and I tell you what you need to do to be energized. It's not a medical evaluation. It's a reading. Through February 12th, $75 for 40 minutes. Go to psychicannetdion.com. I have a free class coming up that's 7 Saturdays for 45 minutes based on my self-help book, The 7-Day Key to Living Inspiration and Empowerment, that came out 10 years ago. It's on Amazon. And that starts Saturday, February 10th for 7 Saturdays. And Save America from Fascism now. Don't wait. Thank you, Kathy. You're so sweet. I'm here for the compliments, too. Save America from Fascism now. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. If you are confused about something that's going on in this country, we unpack it together. 5, 6, 10, 12 heads are better than one. We also have a book club that meets every third Saturday for an hour, and we are reading the next book we're reading. We just come with a topic to discuss from the book. We're reading Liz Cheney's Oath to Honor, and so the next book club will be the third Saturday in February. And speaking of Saturdays, when you're a member at the upper 2 levels, you're invited to a psychic party, and that's tomorrow night, the last Saturday of the month. Church of Spirituality is every single Sunday at 1 p.m. live stream. If you're not watching Church of Spirituality, you're missing an opportunity to make your life better. Please book a reading with me. This is what I do for a living, and it's a win-win. I left something out, Terry, right? I'm sure I left something out. Make lying wrong again. Vote blue. Well, here's the thing. And then I'll read on Texas. Here's the thing. America wants democracy. America wants to stay America. 75-80% of the American population, this is my psychic impression, want America to stay America. And now that the S&M party, the Putin Republicans, the fascist party, they're freaking out because they hear people saying, no way, never again, I'm not voting for the loser. Well, they call him by his name, but I've refrained from that. Ever since Joe Biden called him that. So now all they have is to rig the system. Well, that's what they were doing anyway. But now all they have is to figure out how to rig what happens, rig the whole operation of democracy, to rig the system. Like, remember DeJoy? Oh no. Uh-oh. It popped in. I got on the DeJoy topic. Remember when Louis DeJoy, how can we forget? I hope you didn't forget. When he got in there on an election year in the midst of a global pandemic where people were dropping like flies, and Louis DeJoy got in there and he broke the mail sorting machines and ripped the mailboxes off of your street corner. And that's what the fascist party, the Republicans, the Putin Republicans, that's what they're trying to do to our elections right now as we speak. Habba says she will appeal the ruling. She has 30 days. They appeal everything. They just try to drag it out. So they're attempting to rig the system, and when one rigging the system doesn't work, they'll go to another, and they'll go to another. Don't even get me started about DeJoy. We need to read on him tonight too, so we'll probably go over an hour. Yeah, so what's wrong in the red states is they used to be Republican states in general. What's wrong with the red states is they watched the Republican news media, and then it went full-on propaganda, faux news. There are people from the East Texas planning to head to the border with weapons. Yeah. We'll get to it. I promise. So they know that given the state of mind of most of the American people, they will lose. So they're going to bring on the propaganda as intensely as they can. And so these formerly known as Republican citizens, they were used to voting Republican, and then it got all twisted around, and a wannabe fascist came in and fooled them, and he had the help of all the fake media, the fake news media. And how he did that was he called the legit media fake news. If you went through and you listed all the things that he said, all the propaganda, all the lies that he kept repeating, the loser, you'll understand why these people are into hypnosis. That's what's going on. And Gloria's just feeding us all blue hearts. The reason I'm so riled up about DeJoy right now is because he hiked up the prices of stamps, and he hiked up the prices of shipping, and he hiked up all the prices. And and I'm going to look this up. DeJoy, we need to dethrone DeJoy. I went to the post office today. I went to the post office to get my mail, and also, so if you send me something, just know it's Bucks 5295 Gloucester, Mass. 01930. It's in the description. Somebody got my address wrong, but anyway. So I don't go often. I go like once a week. So anyway, I show up at the post office, and I had the box. Remember Elliot the Elf? I was sending out Elliot the Elf. Do you know how much Elliot the Elf weighed? Like, probably Elliot the Elf, I would say that the weight of Elliot the Elf in the box was probably about this heavy. Not very big. $18. Every single 6 months since DeJoy has been in office, he's hiked up the prices, not by a couple dollars, by like, my P.O. box that I have went up from about $100 a year to $120 every 6 months. You need to write to the Board of Governors. How did I send it? I sent it through the post office. What do you mean? I went to the post office with my package, and I said, here, and We don't have to get into details. I think you get what I'm talking about, Mr. Warren Green. Oh my gosh. You're wearing me out. I'm pulling 3 cards under Joy. Dethrone DeJoy. He's corrupt as all you know what. And he's already, I think he's a billionaire. Warren, my point is that they've hiked up the prices. It's not what I used. It's not like was it priority, was it first class, was it second. You're missing my point. It all went up. All of it. I changed post offices because of this. Sorry. There's a lot going on and we're just coming off a full moon. And Venus is in Capricorn, which is pretty like, actually, Venus being in Capricorn, according to Kathy Beale. Wish her a happy birthday. She said she's having a birthday dinner tonight. Venus in Capricorn is like women will be like, boom, not taking any crap. I'm pulling 3 cards into Joy. My dad was a letter carrier. He's a retired letter carrier. Raised 6 kids. We're going back to that. We're going back to the middle class having power. Let's celebrate all those unions. These people give their lives to work for, a government organization or, a company. Oh, well, okay. I feel better now. Sorry, I just get really upset about this. It's such abuse. Louis DeJoy is a fool and the Tower card. Women are going to kick butts in November for sure. Write to the Board of Governors of the United States Postal Service. And if you just want to, fire DeJoy, go to firedejoy.com. A lot of you said you did that the other night. Thank you for heeding my suggestion. Fire DeJoy. Sign the petitions. He's making himself rich. Thank you, Marilyn. That's why I get so mad. He's getting bonuses galore. He's a buddy. He's a contributor to the losers campaign. That's what he was in 2020. Why did the postmaster always carry a pencil? In case he had to draw his own conclusions. I get the Tower card, and he's a fool. Yes, he's completely corrupt. Yes, James, you got it. He's completely corrupt. He's raking in the dough. He's stealing from the American people. And if we don't get upset about it and take action, they will just keep doing it. That's how we got in the position that we're in now. It's like, oh, well, it'll get better. No, not by itself. The Page of Cups. I do feel the Page of Cups is indicating enough people speaking out. I've written to Joe Biden about this. Enough people speaking out is going to do the trick. You can write to individual people on the Board of Governors. His estimated net worth is $110 million. It's more than that. It's more. He has more money than that. Definitely, it doesn't take a psychic. I know he does. That's very lowball, Warren. So, just so you know. All right, we're going to read on Texas right now. Why do people work that have that much money? Do you think he really works? Do you think he goes to his postal job? He probably doesn't even go. He just sits there and hikes up the prices. Oh, let's screw it. Let's screw the American people. We don't care about them. Let them eat cake. I read on the border yesterday, I read that the federal government would be able to go ahead and take some of the fencing down. I do know that we have to pray. I do know that we have to really pray. I do know that we have to pray. Elliot Elliot, the Democracy Elf, got sent out today, so I don't know. He'll probably arrive shortly. I'm switching topics. When I see pictures of Greg Abbott, you know how you see so many pictures of people that are in the public eye, and you just get used to seeing, you recognize them when you see them. Like Ted Cruz, you think about his scruffy beard and he looks like a bird. Whenever I think of Greg Abbott, I think about his eyes and how his eyes look like black caverns. And it's very scary to me. He has empty eyes. Yeah, you said it about the same time I did. I've never seen anybody with eyes like that. Greg Abbott's eyes look like it looks like his eyes are all black. Like not black like he's tired, like black holes. And he is evil incarnate. And I know it's hard for us to imagine this, and this is where we're really getting a lesson in this. The psychopath's brain, the sociopath's brain, is different. Doesn't DeJoy own a shipping company? He does. He owns something, yeah. And what they're doing, remember when they were saying about the elections and, the fascists saying the elections were, the Democrats cheated and all this, and it became like, what were they calling it? Like a crime without a proof, or I forget what they would call it. They're like, they're a theory in search of a. They had no evidence about voter fraud, right? This is like, there's not and I'm going to write a letter to the local paper here, because more people need to understand what's going on at the border. This is not Biden's fault. This is not even Biden's problem, not him himself. And they're so needing to stick it to the Biden administration that they'd go so far. Well, they had an insurrection, right? They would go so far. And I'm saying they had an insurrection because this is all the same energy. They would go so far as to have a violent, what they're calling a civil war at the border. The guides are telling me that a lot of people will be afraid to be there. Eventually, the person who tries to fix the problem will be blamed for causing it. Yes, that's a great quote. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Michael Flynn is another demonic force. He gives me the willies. But the guides are also telling me it's not like it was before January 6th. I'm getting that was much more orchestrated. I'm also picking up there's a lot of people that work at the border that have the ability to stop violence. Not sure how. They're doing it for Trump. They're doing it for the emperor who's flailing. The emperor has no clothes. The emperor is a loser. They're doing it to make, it's really unbelievable. I started watching Texas Paul and Midas Touch this morning, and I had to pause it because I need to take it in little smaller doses. I'll watch the rest of it. Texas Paul on Midas Touch is great. It's unbelievable the fealty that they have to this absolute con man loser. Flynn needs to be recalled and court-martialed. Let's see if that might happen. I mean, they're really trying to stick it to, you know, Mayorkas and Blinken. They have no shame and no decency. Will Paul Flynn, I know somebody named Paul Flynn, I always do that. Mike Flynn, will Mike Flynn be called back into the military so he can be prosecuted? It looks like that could happen. You believe Abbott is involved with the transporting of the drugs at the border? Well, the reason the American people need to know what's going on is because if they're not paying attention, they're hearing this. Biden border crisis. That's about the bandwidth that so many people have. Unfortunately, I know you guys don't fall into that category. You wouldn't be with me here for 70 minutes. I'm not really getting that that's really the issue that he's letting the drugs in. I'm getting that it's what the most important thing that they feel to me that they need. This is their one big motivation. They need to take down, this is their thinking, they need to take down Biden. That's why, you know, the Jimmy Jim Jordan and James Comer had Hunter Biden and court-martialed to lose his pension. It looks like that might happen. They're doing it all for the con man, loser, the MAGA cray-cray. They're in a cult. Read The Cult of Trump. Listen to The Cult of Trump on Audible. Find out more about it. Don't fight with your Trumpster neighbors and family members. Has DeJoy been double dipping? Yep. Staying on topic. The Five of Cups. Well, what I read the other night was that there would be people that are dying because of that razor wire. More people. Well, somebody's saying that you get the same feeling when you look at Elon Musk, no emotion. I wasn't saying no emotion. I mean, I know what you mean, but I wasn't saying no emotion on Abbott's part. No, it's just pure, there's emotion there. There's emotion there. And it's rage. Somebody asked me to read on whether he was, like who he was in a past life. Abbott. I need a little bit more time to tap into that, who he was in a past life. So Joseph is saying his family hasn't talked to him for years now. You have to promise me you'll read The Cult of Trump. Because the problem that we're having, and honest to God, if I can get this, it's really, I wish I could get this message to more and more people. I don't have a big channel. I don't have a very big following. I'm so grateful that you're here. If you can share the videos or, you know, I'm doing shorter ones that aren't so chatty. This is like a party, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If people don't understand what a cult is and I mean, Jim Jones got hundreds and hundreds of people to kill themselves, and the Heaven's Gate guy got people to kill themselves. I mean, dead eyes, yes. Abbott has dead eyes. Yeah, it's creepy. You have to understand what's going on there, and so it's tough because you have to look at it from a different perspective. It's like, watch the movie. Thank you for saying that. You like the chatty ones. Watch the old black and white movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Terry just put the name of the book up there. The Cult of Trump. I have experience with this kind of thing. Thank you, Marilyn. Please, if your family is all mogged out, you can't blame them because they've been under like this hypnotic spell. And the only way to get a cult member to come back to you when they come around someday is to be unconditionally there for them. You don't have to get into conversations about what they're doing. Some people are too far gone, but things are changing. Oh yeah, Abbott is absolutely sick. The Five of Cups indicates that there's going to be a little something's going to happen. This is either that we're going to find out that someone pulled out their gun and started shooting, or this is about the migrants who die from the razor wire. Oh, look, good news. Somebody's mom came out of the MAGA cult. Like, we can't, just speaking of cults, you and I, we can't imagine being so far gone that we kill ourselves because our leader told us to. What did the loser say in New Hampshire on Monday, I think it was? When they had, over the weekend, they had that deathly cold. Just come out if you're sick. Just come out, then you can go home and die. He wasn't kidding. He doesn't kid. As far as the border, they're all doing it for it's fealty to the loser, to the cult leader. And this is how democracies get overthrown. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying they're doing that playbook. And every one of us being involved, and every one of us praying, and every one of us meditating. Come to 20 on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday. I didn't mention that. I always do, though. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Come to our guided meditation for a healed America. You receive the guided meditation the next day. It is really powerful. It is the Putin playbook. It's directly from Putin. Why else would they be saying, we're not going to do anything to help Ukraine? Putin it's a direct line, I'm telling you. I guess nowadays with cell phones you do this. It's a direct line. Where's the DOJ and all of this? They're working on it. Merrick Garland was down there to, they're doing an investigation on Uvalde. He was just down there last week. Let's not sit here thinking that the DOJ is doing nothing. They're getting death threats. Let's count our blessings, everyone. Oh, it's getting so late and I haven't read the tea leaves. Let's read the tea leaves. I want to end on a positive note. That's why I was so reluctant to read on the border. A pastor got arrested for letting... The cruelty is the point. A pastor got arrested for letting illegal immigrants to stay at his church when it was really cold outside. This is not who we are. This is not who we are. What did I call the moose? Midas Moose for democracy. I might have to reach out to the Midas Touch to ask them if they mind. If you look up MIDE, it's a Celtic, it's a Gaelic word. It means like spiritual group or something. It has a bunch of different meanings. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Let's be optimistic because a lot of good things are happening and democracy is winning. Remember my little chant, more Democrats running in elections winning. What do Donald's parents think of Donald now? It's his free will. They can't interfere. It's his free will. He was Mussolini. He had a chance to come back. Yeah, and do better, Mussolini. But he didn't. And somebody's writing up there, Abbott is that cruel. Yes, it's hard for us to imagine. Three cards just to kind of carry us over the weekend. I'll do my best to squeeze in a pre-recorded video over the weekend. Well, so for the next few days, just know we're gonna hear a lot about the loser, as usual, who's feeling very isolated. This is the news. Like, this is what's going on right now. While the loser is really sliding down. See, sliding down. The loser's sliding down. He's doing a downward spiral. We're building our democracy. The messaging for Democrats is going to get a lot easier. A lot easier. By the way, I saw a little clip of Lauren Boebert trying to make a case for that she would be good for the new district that she is attempting to move into to run for office in a new district in Colorado. And from what I saw in this video clip, and she was with her grandbaby, she's got a grandbaby now. Her son's like 17. I heard Boebert in a little clip saying, "We need more babies." Just insane. She's going down. They weren't having it. They don't want her. So there's that. What are you saying about the loser's money? Trump affiliated PACs have paid Alina Habba around. Yeah. She's gotten like how many million? She's made about $3 million in legal fees, and he's paying her, that's kind of, that's suspect too. He doesn't pay his lawyers, and then they quit. Let's go to the tea leaves. I didn't plan to stay this long tonight. I know. Yeah, we need to send love and light to Texas, especially. We do that every Tuesday night too. Bye-bye, Bobo. Bye-bye, Boebert. They don't want her. They don't want her. I need more light. I can't see. I see a frog. I definitely see a bear, a frog and a bear, and an elephant, and a butterfly. We'll go with that. A frog, a bear, an elephant, and a butterfly. You can tell me what you see if you want. That looks like an angel. That looks like a bird. That looks like a rat. Let's take a look at the book, because those are pretty distinctive. Sorry, I can't hold up the cup and look at the book at the same time. Let's see. So we have a bear. A bear is a powerful animal with an aggressive streak. May represent a grouchy, difficult person. You think? Anne's like, I see, you see a what? A frog. I think a frog means fertility. 33. Remember, we're in the year of the dragon. It's, fertility and abundance are about to enter our lives. Good luck symbol. Our creativity overflows, and your love life is poised to enter a joyful phase. It is the weekend. Okay, so there's a frog here, so that's a good. There's a frog. That's good. And underneath the well, we almost got to the end. Yeah, okay, well, we made it through, and I don't know why I'm buffering, but I heard there's a lot of solar flares, and we're done anyway. Thank you. Please become a member. If you become a member, you will be invited to the psychic party tomorrow night at the upper 2 levels. And when you become a member at any of the 3 levels, you get an affirmation in your inbox every day. It's an awesome way to start the day. Sign up for your winter doldrums reading, psychic@AnnetteDion.com. I love you guys. It makes things so much easier that we come together. Please share. Please hit the subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up before you go. And support pro-democracy channels. Pat yourself on the back. You are awesome. All right. Namaste. See you later.